Hi. This is the top 10 death metal albums for 2016. My name is Thomas Mergel for Headbang or GTFO. That is Headbang or Get the Fuck Out, in case you have forgotten for some fucking reason. Okay, so I'm gonna blaze through these. LOL blaze it really quickly. So I'm gonna try not to go on and on for 10 plus minutes, but anytime I say that I jinx myself, because I am on too long. So, at number 10 we have Abnormalities, Mechanisms of Omniscience. Very, very good brutal death metal meets technical death metal mesh. And, you would never tell that this is a woman on vocals because she is definitely the best female vocalist I've ever heard. Without a doubt, she was also in another band I cannot remember right now. My apologies, but that was a really good fucking album too. It came out I think last year or the year before. But yes, number 10, Abnormality, Mechanisms of Omniscience. Number 9, we have Ulcerate's Shrines of Paralysis. Now, Ulcerate's newest album is still incredibly complex, groovy. Not like, hey, groovy man, but I mean like just tons of groove, tons of chaos, tons of noise, and it's still really good. Not as good as Vermin was. I think that was the name of their last album. But this one's still a fucking headbanger of an album, so check them out at number 9. Number 8 is Xoth, Invasion of the Tentacube. I'm pretty sure you haven't heard of the band Xoth before. I believe this is their debut album, and they are a blend of, let's just say, old school death metal meets new school death metal meets like blackened influences, groove, doom. It's just technical, progressive. It's really complex stuff, and it was actually really original. Probably the most original thing that I've heard all year long. So Xoth's Invasion of the Tentacube is number 8. And if you want to check out anything that I'm discussing right now, I'll have links down below so you can go listen to them and check them out. Anything on this list. Number 7 is Mithras on Strange Loops. These crazy bastards just came out of hibernation, and they possess some of the coolest songwriting as well as the greatest of guitar tones when it comes to solos and leads and everything, so be sure to check them out. If you liked last year's Sarpanatomb album, they kind of have the same tone, so yeah, check that one out. And number 6 is Imperium, Titanomachy. This is like, if you took Nile and you made it even more complex and sped it up like 3 times as fast, that's what Imperium is like. And not only do they possess a grand scale of musicianship and writing with their riffs and everything, drumming is really good, but their guitar tone and their solos just shred. Anytime I listen to this album, it's so fast that when you watch old Looney Tunes cartoons or Tom and Jerry or something like that, you know how their fingers would get all matted up and tangled and shit, and they'd be all fucking stuck? That's how I feel Mike Alexander's fingers would look like after playing an Imperium song. So that's them at number 6 with Titanomachy. Number 5, Vermin Womb with Decline. This is, it's basically grindcore Primitive Man. And you'll notice that the same vocalist from Primitive Man, I think his name is Ethan, don't assassinate me if I butchered that or got it wrong. But same vocalist, so you're basically getting Primitive Man, but instead of Doom and Gloom, you're still getting Doom and Gloom, but it's just sped up. It's just in a faster grind meets death metal mix, so it's fucking awesome. And so Vermin Room is number 5 with Decline. Number 4 is Amon Amarth with Jomsviking. You knew Amon Amarth was going to be on this album if you've been a friend of mine for a long time, or if you frequent my Facebook page or even the website, because I always gush about Amon Amarth. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of their previous 2 albums. I think Twilight of the Thunder God was probably my last big-time favorite album, but Jomsviking really stepped it up with the concept of story and how catchy the songwriting was, and their small changes within the writing really made a big impression on me. So there's Amon Amarth's Jomsviking at number 4. Then you have Infectology's Innards of Misanthropic Embodiment at number 3. You can find this album on Gorehouse Productions, and they're one of my favorite labels at the moment. Just putting out nothing but incredible albums. And yeah, this is brutal death metal with tons of slam elements, tons of just heavy riffing, as well as technicality found within the writing. It's really good stuff, so check them out. Infectology at number 3. Number 2, we have Aborted's Retrogore. Now, their newest theme on this album is like classic 80s horror gore or slasher films and shit like that, and that really works out for Aborted, because while they are really just pure death metal when it comes to death and dismemberment and just hacking people to bits, they don't take themselves too seriously, but they do like tongue-in-cheek kind of moments, and everything's just really good, and it comes together really well on this one. This is the best guitar riffs of any album, and the musicianship is just fantastic. And Sven, the vocalist, is probably one of the best vocalists in the death metal game right now. I really like his approach, I like his style, and his execution is just phenomenal. So that's Aborted at number 2. Number 1 is a band that I named number 1 on my 2013 list with their last album. So they're back at number 1 with this one. This is Wormed with Krighsu. Now, this one is just... I didn't think they were going to beat Exodromos as well as they did here with Krighsu. Or it could be Krighsu. But just slamming technical, brutal death metal on a sci-fi level, and it's fucking awesome. So, highly recommend that. If you haven't checked them out, then you are a fool, my friend. You are a fool, and you should check them out now. So, yeah, that's my top 10 death metal list. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below, and I will debate with you. We'll have a discussion about your favorite, my favorite, and let's talk about the upcoming albums of 2017, too. Why the hell not? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Good stuff.